Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We'll be continuing where we've left off, which is here in Moonrise Tower. We just got done with a conversation with Disciple Zarel. She killed an ogre. I was gonna see if we could loot that ogre, but there is no ogre. It was odd to have an ogre suddenly show up behind her in mid-cutscene. And the ogre is just gone. Weird. Do we want to actually follow this blood trail first? No, let's... I'm deciding back and forth. Let's explore the main areas first before we go digging around in random other locations.
I won't fail the absolute like the others. Honest, I won't. I was always the smartest.
Yeah, that's fair.
I caught a glimpse of Ketherick and Zarel. Wouldn't have the gumption to stick my nose in, like you did, mind.
They bloody killed him. Heard a rumour some do-gooder stopped a horde of absolutists from getting their hands on a load of druids in some grove. Whoever it was, better pray the general doesn't smoke 'em out. Be a bloodbath, so it would.
Yeah, I feel bad for the person who did that. That sounds terrible. Does this go up to the roof? Because we're not supposed to go there. But I don't really have a way of seeing where the ladder is taking us. No, okay. Just to some overlook area. Interesting. Probably jump here.
Just a pinch of...
Okay, so this is just an area where you can wander around and sort of see everything from the top. But I don't know that there's necessarily anything new or exciting to get to from here.
Brothers, sister,
No loot.
wait with me while we wait.
No, I don't think there's anything of value. Let's... hello? Why are you staying there when the rest of us moved on? Come on, guys. Let's head back down. Just wanting to make sure I'm not missing anything with my explorations. Making sure that the whole party follows. Okay, Karlach is coming with. And Astarion? Good.
Of many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind. Of many parts, one whole. In her name, her design.
Okay, just saying prayers.
To her power. I never thought...
The disciple has returned upstairs, but perhaps she'll still see me.
They say the general cannot die. Perhaps that will be the Absolute's gift to us all.
I doubt it.
I'm bound for the war camp. I'm no fighter, but perhaps she sees something I do not.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword.
Thought the Absolute welcomed all believers. They have potential. Great warriors have grown from less. And get rid of them. The undeserving should be purged. It's not our place to question the Absolute's will. I mean, part of me is thinking we could go with the persuasion, because if they fill their ranks with people uncapable, like not good warriors, that makes things easier for us. But I think that's just adding more people to fight in the long term. So maybe it's better to not encourage him. I thought the Absolute welcomed all believers.
Not for me to say. All I know is they're bloody useless round here.
Because we could just do same thing as we did with the goblins, of just try and thin their numbers by having other people kill, you know, get them to kill each other before the fighting starts. I don't know. Those are two sides of the same coin. Either we try and get them to join the fight as weaklings. Usually if you get a persuasion option or some sort of skill thing, you get better results. But this feels like a worse result to us. So I'm curious what I'm missing. Unless they send more capable people off elsewhere when the fighting happens and put worthless people in their place. That could help us. Or, you know, less capable people as guards, etc. If we're just increasing their numbers, though, that's bad. But it's the skill option, so I'm gonna do it. I'm unsure of the outcome. They have potential. Great warriors have grown from less. Although we are wasting our favorable beginnings on something that I don't know is worthwhile. But I also don't know if we're going to have another reason to run into him and need it.
No doubt. Isn't for me to question them above me. I'm sure you know your business. I'll see they get all the help they need, true soul. And they'll need quite a bit.
Or maybe they take some of the equipment that would be better used on someone more capable.
Your family will answer. Eventually.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlach, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
Who's Flo? What did this person want with Karlach? Who's Flo?
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, or where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me.
Is she a threat?
Maybe. Probably. I don't know. She's a half-devil. Impossible to read. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? This could come in handy.
We still haven't used a soul coin on Karlach. So I don't actually know what that does yet. She just told us once that if we used them in a fight, it would help or something. But the idea of using a soul coin, basically consuming someone's soul just for a power-up, feels bad. But better in our hands than the hands of a devil or a... wow. Hobgoblin, maybe? I'm trying to guess his species. Yeah, let's have the soul coins then.
Sure. But she did have a condition.
Of course.
For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. Do you want the coins or not?
I mean, I still think it's better for us to have them. And knowing who's inside probably feels better than not knowing and them just being nameless souls. So I guess we will go with it. Fine, get on with it then.
First coin's got the soul of a woman named Maverick. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate. Struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
Huh. I mean, that's what happens when you sell your soul to devils, or Tiamat, I think, is the dragon, evil dragon goddess. Which seems like an odd choice for who to sell your soul to. But sure. Yeah. We'll put the coin to better use than Tiamat would have. Or sad story indeed. I don't think we're actually going to use it. I haven't used any yet. So yeah, that's a sad story indeed. But it is better in our hands than in Tiamat's.
We're just getting started. This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Yeah, that, again, making deals with devils, not a good call. It's absolutely vile, unsurprising of Zariel, but vile all the same.
Karlak's the one set to consume his soul, I hear. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ungir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
Let me see your wares. I'm curious about that soul coin of Onger. The fact they didn't give us any information. Can you go away? I want to see his wares. Makes me wonder if it's someone we're going to run into or learn more about it later. Ooh, sulfurous note. Maybe that will have more information. Do I have stuff to sell? I'm sure I do. If we go... I guess let's sort by weight as usual. And we go to Shadowheart. Yep, sure enough. Let's just sell everything that's heavy first. Didn't actually look at what that was before I sold it. I guess I'm not going to waste a bunch of time selling right now. I can sell off screen. Anything here I actually care to buy. Basic +1, +2 stuff I don't really care about. And +1 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception. Make an attack roll as a reaction, you make it with advantage. I mean, that's cool. Heightened awareness, +3 to initiative and advantage on perception checks. Shield bash, when you hit a foe with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to knock it prone unless they succeed a dexterity saving throw. That's also pretty cool. What is your shield at this point? You already have a shield bash ability, but you also get a resistance to fire. Yeah. Shoe toy. Huh. Often mistaken for a relic of the wizard Bigsby's creation, the staff was, ironically, made as a bite stick for Bigby's dog, Big Boy. Huh. While raging, the wearer generates 2 turns of wrath and gets +2 constitution. It would tank Karlach's AC, because right now she's got armor 15. What was wrath? +1 bonus to damage with melee weapons for every turn this condition has remaining. So every turn you're raging, you get 2 additional turns of wrath. That gives you +1 damage. So your damage just slowly scales up. But your AC is terrible. Created by a designer and enchanter who was going through a messy divorce at the time. As such, the armor is filled with passive-aggressive rage. Titan string bow. This weapon deals additional damage equal to your strength modifier. No. More +1 weapons, +2 short sword. It's not the worst. When the wielder attacks with advantage, the attack inflicts bleeding. Every time. Not just a special bleeding attack. Ooh. That's good because you can crit easier. And that's your Susar dagger that just silences. Silence isn't amazing. But I want to get this instead. Maybe. How much is it? 418? That's basically nothing. We'll buy it. +1 bonus to spell save DCs. You get a +1 bonus to initiative. No, we want to keep that. Holding one... only holding 1 weapon in your main hand and nothing in your free hand. +2 bonus on melee tackles. I don't think any of us are going to be doing that. None of the rest of this matters. Okay. Well, I think the short sword was still cool. So,
better hope you can handle what I've got.
Thanks for your time. Now we got that note here. No. Sulfur's note. What's note to self? Oh, that's the note we got off of Racha. To whom it may concern, Frug got his head stuck in a butter barrel, and when his little imp thing tried to help him, they both fell off a ledge into a volcano. I laughed so hard, Zariel sent me out of the room. Other than that, you haven't missed much. Though I've sure as hell missed you. XO Flo. Huh. Let's give this to Astarion. And then Astarion. Let's replace the Susar dagger and put that in our main hand. Yeah, then we have 2 chances to crit. Do I want to crit on the offhand? I think I'd rather crit on the main hand. Then we have 2 chances to bleed. I guess it doesn't matter which one I crit with, because crit just doubles the die. And you get die with the offhand. Yeah, I don't know which way is smarter. We'll put the main hand as having the short sword. It makes more sense to me to have a short sword in the main hand rather than in the offhand.
Your family will answer. Eventually.
Alright. I've already talked to all of you. And you guys haven't gone in there yet. That's the way that leads down to the blood trail.
Really?
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
Are you a follower of the Absolute? I think that's pretty obvious.
Blessed by association, let's say. I come to pay proper respect to a new power.
Not a follower of the
bow,
Absolute.
But the Zentarim prefer to look their business partners in the eye.
So the Zentarim have allied themselves with the Absolute. Oh. Are we... Astarian's the one talking? I guess we probably didn't switch back to Varric after we swapped out his swords. Lock eyes with the Zent and gesture and Thieves' Cant discount.
For another in the business? Don't see why not. We can certainly afford it. Business is booming.
Neat.
These faithful folk don't ask for much. Just some cargo moved to the city. But my goodness, do they pay generously.
You're hoping the cult expand for a payout? You're disgusting. Smuggling, I want in. I want in specifically so that we have a better idea of what they're doing and can find ways to sabotage it.
Oh, true soul! I couldn't burden your spirit with such material concerns. But I'm always happy to trade.
Fair enough. Then let's see what you have. So unfortunately, Astarian's the one trading. I don't know if prices are based upon any sort of... Yeah, persuasion gives a +3 discount. So probably if Varric was trading, we would have better chances, but we wouldn't get the Thieves' Cant discount. We got a bunch of food, some healing potions. The wielder has 50% hit points or less. They deal an additional 1 to 4 slashing damage. That's not bad. +1 to initiative. Enemies have disadvantage on saving throws against your dragon. Enemies have disadvantage on saving throws against your dragonborn breath weapon. That's extremely specific. 2 to 12 damage. That's... Oh, no, it's just 1d4 fire. I was confused for a moment. I think it was like a 2d6. But no. I don't think any of these particularly interest me. I don't want to spend this whole episode looking through merchants. Can cast magic missile. Armor of Devotion. Disadvantage on stealth checks. Eternal Devotion. That seems exciting. Recite your oath. Regain one channel oath charge. So if we were a paladin... Huh. Obviously we're not paladins. Though if we do get Minthara on our team, she is a paladin. Exotic material. Add your full dexterity modifier to your AC. Cool, I guess. Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws when resisting your attacks and spells that inflict restrained. Also very specific. Virulent Venom. Point your ring finger at a target to make it vulnerable to poison damage unless it is immune to poison damage. Meh. Spiteful Thunder. When the wearer deals thunder damage to a reverberating creature, it becomes dazed unless it succeeds Constitution saving throw. I think we have something that allows us to get reverberating. Where it gets +1 bonus to unarmed attack rolls, and their unarmed attacks deal additional 2 bludgeoning. We don't have any monks. Would be good to come back and buy some of the healing items and food,
An
but
honor, true soul.
don't think that's critical at the moment. Just a bunch of merchants in this area.
And this was funny when it was just goblins branding arses, but you lot mean business, eh?
Like, I am not sure that this is what I signed up for. We got another ogre here. Let's see. Guess let's just head in here.
Watching me.
Talk to some of these people. Just trying to get a feel for this whole area.
Don't mind Meg and her meat sounds. It's just her brain slopping around in her skull.
Gross.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, True Soul. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
Alright, Mig. What's your deal?
Hush. Meat sounds above. Here.
Failed insight. Like, I think I'm hearing something. Not necessarily something that obviously is meat sounds. Is it you?
No! Meg only small. This huge. In walls above. Maybe whole tower. You find meat. You share.
So above, which is where Ketherick Thorm is, apparently there's some sort of meat sounds. Odd. No, that's probably the fire that we were hearing.
Something good here, I hope.
I was hearing something, but I don't know. Guess let's just keep looking around. This looks like it goes out to the back of the castle. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything over here. We could... Oh, we could possibly climb up. There might be a way of going through here to get up to Ketherick without going through the main pathway. There's also a cracked wall here. Leads to just a chest, looks like. I'm going to attempt to break this down. I hope no one yells at me for it. Shadowheart, because these always resist. Nope, Shadowheart.
What's next?
They always resist various attacks from slashing weapons. Huh. Yeah, immune to slashing, resistant to piercing, should be taking full damage from bludgeoning, but sturdy means you have to hit it for at least 10. She's just not pulling that off. How much damage are you doing? So you can do 1d6 plus 5. So she has to roll a 5 on a d6 in order to do any damage. Or to meet the threshold, probably would have to roll a 6 to actually do damage. Alright, Karlach. What kind of bludgeoning weapons do you have? Light hammer is okay. Do you have any sort of heavy hammer? No? Well, this is something. 1d6 plus 2 of acid. It's better than 1d4. So, equip this. And then you attack. There you go. That's doing real damage. Did you miss? Wait, it's now immune to bludgeoning? Hang on. No, it's not. I think you're just rolling low. Immune to bludgeoning. It's gotta be... There we go. It's like, that can't actually be it being immune to bludgeoning. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, re-equip that before I forget.
Let's move.
And let's check out this chest that someone walled up in the wall. Ooh. I mean, the hill giant finger's gross, but the rest of that's cool.
What path lies before me?
And this looks like a path that would take us around over here to get in another side door that I'm sure we could reach from the interior. Ooh, there's a cat over there. Hello, cat. Steel claw.
The feline eyes the parasite with a glint in her eye. Intent clear.
Eyeing a parasite.
Glorious murder.
Probably should have let Karlach talk to her. Well, hold out our hand and let the cat sniff it. Standard way of interacting with cats. Nope. And I'm definitely not wasting an inspiration on this. Sorry, Steel Claw.
What's the story?
Karlach. Speak with animals, please.
There we go.
Can you find this cat? Oh, cat hole. Well, that sounds like a no then.
Still alive.
Oh well.
So that's progress. Never wanted the easy path.
Nothing over here stands out. Got
Maybe
some
any
fish.
pockets.
So is this their supplies? Might as well grab them for ourselves. And then, of course, rotten food. Stacked right next to the good fish. Weird. Okay, so we've got a bunch of gnolls. Was Barnabas? No, Barnabas wasn't who we were looking for. What was the name of Balthazar? There we go. Also, are they bewitched in some way? I'm just seeing the, like, weird glow on their face. Let's talk to Lincella first, before we move on to the gnolls.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
A moment, true soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you?
I've never seen a tame gnoll before.
Soft and sweet as pudding, isn't he? He no longer remembers his life in the wild. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better.
Okay, so each person gets some unique gift from the Absolute when you stand before her. And yours is to rewrite the lives of the faithful. That seems incredibly overpowered. Gnolls are beasts, plain and simple. I thought the Absolute accepted us all as we are. You've actually stood before the Absolute? Yeah, you've actually stood before the Absolute.
I have. It is one thing to hear her voice. Quite another to feel the power she can grant. Observe.
Please don't use it on me.
Barnabas, sweetie. Come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do?
You decide. How about a dance? Nothing, keep your sick games to yourself. You decide.
The prayer, I think. Barnabas struggles with civilized speech, but he's been practicing.
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
Soul.
No, Barnabas! We talked about this.
Sever her control once and for all. Reinforce her effects with your own, or it seems you're not commanding as commanding as you think. As fun as it would be to see this null break free and attack her, again, the more we go out of our way to involve ourselves in doing things against the way the Absolute's followers normally do, I think the more likely we're going to get found out. At least it feels to me. And if we just walk into rooms and keep having things happen where she just gets killed by her gnolls, feels like that's good for us, but potentially could get us found out. This is an infiltration. We're not trying to provoke anything or cause problems. But I also am not going to reinforce her will. So, it seems you're not as commanding as you think.
They battle silently for a long moment, the gnoll's heart drumming with strain. Then all at once, his heart stops.
Oh.
Oh, Barnabas. I'm so sorry, me darling. Oh, he isn't the first to die. Her love is simply too much for some. I hope you will fare better when your time comes.
How do I get to meet the Absolute? You almost make this audience sound dangerous. I mean, it probably is. But how do I get to meet the Absolute?
Please, Zarel. And you will be called to ascend to the tower top. Many have gone before you, though not all have returned.
The tower top where
The Absolute was giving you a second chance.
Barnabas's collar. Necklace the Gnoll Master gave Barnabas when she first met him. Sure, I'll take it. Yes, so the tower top, which is where Ketheric Thorm stays. And apparently meat sounds are being heard from. There are a bunch of random side rooms here. Is this the main room ahead of us here?
When we win,
Yes. Okay. Just trying to figure out how to reconnect back to where I've already been. So yeah, we've already talked to them. And I guess I will grab all of this food because it's freely available right here. Hello. You're intentionally pointing out the mucus. Why? I guess interact with it.
Slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above.
Okay. So the meat. There's meat sounds above. The Absolute is above. But apparently there's some slimy mucus dripping down from above. So whatever the Absolute is, or potentially one of the Absolute servants that hangs out above. Yeah, there's something going on there. Then we have a door here we haven't been through. Looks like this leads outside based on the glow, I'm guessing. Yeah. There's a lantern here. That takes us out front. Okay. So that just wraps around where we've been. And this leads to where?
The Chosen's blood.
Okay.
Now that would be a prize sample.
Maybe we'll hold off here. We've got a good amount of this floor explored. So I guess the next time we'll talk to these people, explore these other side rooms as they branch off, and then make our way downstairs through that room, the blood trail we saw over there. See where that all connects to. Just want to get a full layout of the Moonlight Towers before we finally leave it to, I don't know, go find the captured prisoners. Oh, I guess they are in here somewhere. Wonder if they're down that blood tunnel. Because Minthara was, I assume, taken down there, but maybe that's where the tieflings are as well. And everyone else who was captured. That's going to be hard to get them all out without being noticed. Suspicious sounds. Yeah, upstairs. Anyway, yeah. We'll do some more exploration next time. See y'all then. Bye.